Popular social media superstar, the renowned content creator, the serial risk taker, and undefeated fighter, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul!
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
That's what there's no nothing. There's no
all good.
That ain't gonna do it.
You're doing really good. All right.
Before the fight was the early rounds could be decisive, and it is quite clear.
Leyenda continúa. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
This fight, gotta get after on both guys. Nothing was left in the corner. Nothing.
I just felt flat, man. Not my best performance. I guess that happens in the sport. You know, you got to peak right at the right moment. You only get one night, one chance, and I messed that up, I guess. But didn't think I'd ever have to make one of these videos, but it happens, I guess. This is still the best job in the world. Thank you all for the support. This was an amazing event, and I'll be back. No worries, cuz.
I know there was a lot of talk about him and his power. You took his shots pretty well and you knocked him
No,
out.
his power wasn't that crazy. He just had good speed, good combinations, but Anderson and Tyron hit really hard, so I was used to that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You got to take it on the chin, but it was good. Some good moments in there. I just really couldn't get my game plan working. But hey, man, this is what the sport's all about. You win some in glorious fashion, and you lose some. And like I said out there, judging about my losses, because I think he was just really well prepared, and I think it was more.
With the showdown between Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. just days away, DAZN Boxing is turning up the hype with an exclusive feature showing both fighters, and special guests giving their takes on how this unexpected clash could play out. UFC fighter Arman Tsarukyan, for one, was surprisingly impressed with Jake Paul, calling him a legend for jumping into boxing so late and actually looking good doing it. Something that's no small feat in a sport like this. What really caught Tsarukyan's attention wasn't just Jake's power, but how agile and mobile he is for his size. He said, "I'm surprised how big he is. He's huge, he hits hard, and he moves like a real boxer." Tsarukyan thinks Jake is more than ready to shock everyone this weekend. Now, on paper, betting on Jake to beat Chavez Jr. sounds crazy. But when you look closer at Chavez's patchy record lately, the ups and downs, the wasted potential, you can see why some people think the YouTuber-turned-fighter might actually pull it off. And Tsarukyan's not the only big name backing him. 6th Division World Champion and Golden Boy boss Oscar De La Hoya just threw a curveball too. Since two of his fighters, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez and Floyd Schofield, are on the undercard, and the whole event is partly run by Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar's watching this one closely. Just a few days ago, he decided to stir the pot Golden Boy style, in true Oscar fashion. He made his entire fight card prediction in nothing but his underwear, hyping up his picks with a laugh. He called wins for Raul Curiel, Schofield, and Ramirez, no surprises there. But when it came to the main event, he shocked fans by picking Jake Paul to win by split decision after a full 12-round war. That prediction turned a lot of heads, because this is Jake's second straight fight against a former world champ. Last time, he beat 58-year-old Mike Tyson in a pretty dull bout. He outboxed Iron Mike safely and never looked like he wanted to hurt the legend. Now, with Chavez Jr., Jake's opponent is a lot younger, but still way past his best days. At 39, Chavez is over a decade removed from when he was considered a serious contender. Even back then, he never matched his father's legendary status and was constantly tripped up by controversy, failed drug test, trips to rehab, even time behind bars. At the final press conference, Chavez Jr. made it crystal clear what he thinks of Jake Paul's boxing skills. He said, "He tries. He trains hard, but he's not a good fighter. If he were, then everyone else on the stage would be a legend. 2. He's not a good boxer, and everybody knows that." Ironically, that might be exactly why Chavez is the perfect opponent for Jake Paul. He's got name value. He's got the boxing background, but he's faded, inconsistent, and physically undersized for a full cruiserweight clash. And if you look at Jake's career so far, it all fits the pattern. He made a splash knocking out fellow YouTuber Anesim Gibb, then put retired NBA player Nate Robinson to sleep. Next came a parade of ex-UFC stars: Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley twice, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz. All big names, but none of them prime pro boxers. When he finally fought one, Tommy Fury, Jake lost a tight split decision. After that, he tried to silence critics by taking on real, but low-level boxers: Andre August and Ryan Borland, stopping them quickly. But those fights didn't draw much attention. So, back he went to the usual well, fighting Mike Perry, a bare-knuckle brawler he battered for another highlight win, before taking on Tyson for the massive box office numbers. For a minute, Jake nearly got a mega fight with Canelo Alvarez, but that fell apart when it turned out Canelo was just using Jake's name as leverage for a huge deal in Riyadh. So here we are again, Jake Paul, facing a once great name who's seen better days but still brings enough credibility to make this feel like a real step up, at least on paper. It's a risk, but a calculated one, exactly how Jake likes it. Whether Chavez Jr. has enough left to spoil Jake's plan is the big question, because no matter what, Jake Paul keeps proving he's the master of mixing spectacle with just enough danger to keep everyone watching. And that's all for now. For the latest boxing news, fight night drama, and updates on every twist in Jake Paul's wild ride, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Until then, see you in the ring. Peace.